Good afternoon, Dr. Mike. We are live after a 1 week hiatus. How are you today?
Good. How are you? What's going on?
Oh, a whole bunch of good things. Today, figured we would talk about, well, two things. One, when we've done this in the past, talk about the podcasts we listen to. You and I both listen to several podcasts daily and weekly and some monthly. And figured there's at least two new ones that we've been listening to, and then we can maybe talk about some of the ones that we listen to every single day as well. But Mike, let's start with you. What is one of the newer podcasts that you've been listening to for a while now?
Well, the big one is the Huberman Lab podcast. Andrew Huberman is a professor of ophthalmology at Stanford Medical School, and it is very sciencey, but he breaks it down really well. Um, some of the cutting edge information that's out there in wellness today, and anywhere from sleep to exercise to cold exposure, heat exposure, and then he gets really, really amazing guests on it. So great, Huberman with an H, Andrew Huberman Lab. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. They are long podcasts. They are
Mhm.
2 hours long typically. So get ready for a long podcast, but brilliant. Uh, Heady topics, but in a way that's really understandable for just
Yes.
everybody.
Yep. Absolutely. What's the one that you most like that is new to our listeners?
Oh, it's. I would say it's a sister, brother, or a companion podcast to the quote of the day from Sean Croxton. You know, we both listen to that every day, and that's a 10 to 15 minute listen that I do just about the one of the first few things I do every single day. But about I don't know 3 or 4 months ago, he released a second podcast that's released every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday called I believe it's the Mindset Coach with Sean
Yes.
Croxton, and it's a little bit longer. It's 25 to 30 minutes.
Yep.
It's not a quote of the day. He is talking about a specific topic. A lot of times it plays off of the quote of the day, but we've enjoyed all of Sean Croxton's material from the very, very beginning. You know, we've talked to him personally in the past, and just a big fan about just about whatever he does. You've taken some of his courses, like the Money Mindset Academy, and we've done a lot of his different summits, and man, we've consumed a ton of information released by Sean Croxton.
Yeah, that is his newest uh, iteration, his newest baby, Mindset Coach. Really enjoy it. Again, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it's only about 15 minutes. This is what it looks like. There you go.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
There you go. That looks kind of blurry, but you get the idea. Yeah.
Yeah, my podcast screen looks very similar. I saw Ben Greenfield's podcast on there, which we listen
Yep.
to on the regular.
Yep.
Probably Chris Kresser's Revolution Health Radio is somewhere on there, I'm sure,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Any
Other
other ones?
ones, yeah, other ones are Found My Fitness by oh, what's her name? Everybody goes to her. She's like Chris Masterjohn, Rhonda Patrick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really good, really, really good. And the newest one on the hit list for me is through my certification in lifted coaching is the Get and Lifted podcast. It's really about how language and our languaging affects basically our health and wellness and how the view we see the world. Really great stuff. And the podcasts they're a little on the long side, over an hour, hour 15, hour 30. And they have a lot of good guests on it, but really get into languaging and how important that is and how
Uh,
overlooked it is.
yeah, I've learned a lot over the last 15 years about languaging from you, so I'm gonna have to subscribe to that one for sure.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Is there anyone you're listening to that's not on that?
Oh, Brendan Burchard's podcast, I scan through sometimes.
Yeah.
Paul Check's I
Paul
scan
Check.
through.
Yeah, Paul Check is he started health and wellness, and he's moved into other realms, which I find very, very interesting.
Tim Ferriss, right? We listen to at times, right?
Tim Ferriss, I listen to every single one.
Yep. So, any ones that are not health and wellness related or fun, just for like fun? Because I have two that I listen to that are just for sheer fun and enjoyment.
Yeah. For me, no, they're all, there's Lifespan, Found My Fitness, Tim Ferriss, the Healthy Rebellion Radio, of course, with Rob Wolf, Ben
Right.
Greenfield, Getting Lifted, Mindset Coach, Huberman Lab, Revolution Radio, Quote of the Day, and Living 4D. There was one on there I don't listen to anymore, but there's no real ones that are outside of the health and wellness space. What are you listening to that is not health and wellness?
I listen to Comic Book Nation, and
There you go.
I listen to Marvel Phase 4.
There you go. And are they both graphic novel, comic book related, or?
Well, I actually listen to those too. No, these are more just like spoilers and discussions on like the new Marvel show or the new comic book or that kind of stuff. So just
Cool.
something to get my mind out. But I listen to something called the Wastelanders, which is a Marvel's podcast of different characters set in a different time frame, just to get my mind off things as well. So
Cool.
I guess I have more than two.
There you go. And did I notice that there was a trailer for Thor and Thor movie, and there's a girl Thor?
Yes, there's a lady Thor.
There's a lady Thor. Yes. I love Thor.
Spoiler, it's Jane Foster.
Oh,
that's the
Jane Foster
there.
From that show we used to watch?
No, Jane Foster from the first Thor. The lady, his love interest in the first Thor.
What's her name?
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. I was thinking of one of the three comrades that he had on Asgard, no. The one from Black
Sif. Not Sif, no.
I thought it was her. Okay.
No.
Oh, there we go. Good to know.
Boy,
make sure you put that spoiler alert on there. Somebody will be all fired up and mad at us.
Boy. Final thing on this fun podcast for today is that last one or two times ago we had an actual live question, and it sparked my interest, and we talked about it. We're not going to do any kind of live presentations in the office during the summer because people don't typically attend, or they're less attended. But what we're going to do on a Wednesday night, probably around 6:30, is just hop on the StreamYard, hop on the Facebook Live and on the YouTube Live, and just do basically ask us anything, and we'll hang around for about 15 minutes. If people show, we'll stay for as long as the questions are asked, and if nobody shows, we'll just shut it down. But we'll give you at least 1, probably 2 weeks or more to put that in your calendar when we kind of lock the date in for that.
Yeah, and keep it clean, people. It's a PG show.
We're open in 7 minutes from 3 to 6, and as always, be awesome and never unawesome.
Bye, guys.